Hello everybody. And DT Marcia here for Jaded Blossom today. I'm trying to get my laptop cooperating. So far it is failing. So once I can get that up, I can try to keep an eye on any comments there might be there. And then I can share it to the Jaded Blossom's Garden of Creativity page too. See if we can pick up any viewers. Don't know why the computer wants to be a butthead tonight. But I hope everybody had a good week. I take off my sweatshirt. I think it's just gonna keep falling over my hands, which will be very annoying, especially because we're gonna be doing some ink blending. You can get a peek at the project we're gonna be working on. It's here on my station. Let me pull up my sleeves. Here we go. The laptop's doing something now. Okay, let's see. Almost there. You know, it's when you want, technology to cooperate with you. It doesn't want to cooperate with you. All right. It's loading. Okay, so today is oh, thank you, Candace, for sharing that. All right, let me see if I can open this up just so I can follow comments. We're getting there, I promise. Let's see. Oh, brother. Hello, Candace. It won't let me open it up for some silly reason. Let's see. Come on. Well, I'll try to follow comments. Hi, Nicole. I see a couple of you are on. I'll just try to follow comments here. It's not letting me do what I normally do to view this. Let me see. Okay, let me check one other place. I can see Candace, thank you. Oh, good. Oh, it won't let me. I don't know what the problem is. Sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. I'll just try to follow along in the comments. Let me go back to the JB page. And let me, oh good, now I can see myself. Excellent. Man, I'm telling you, this stuff just needs a big old kick in the butt sometimes, doesn't it? All right. Okay, again, sorry for the delay. I've got the computer muted. Now we can get rolling. But with tactical. I love that, by the way. All right. Okay, good. I can see comments now. Thank goodness. So hopefully it'll keep it updated for me. All right, so if I missed something, please don't get too angry. I'm trying to pay attention. I got the laptop set up across from me. So we'll get started. So happy Chinese New Year, yay! I wanted to do something inspired by that tonight, especially since our monthly spotlight is all the flowers. So if you go to the flower category on the jadedblossomstamps.com website, everything in the flower category is 25% off. And that includes the dies. So that includes the dies I'm using tonight too, actually. So I started looking through everything I had, and I was thinking, what can I do to celebrate this Chinese New Year? Oh, yay, Nicole. Well, good. I'm glad this is the first time you're on with us. I hope you have fun. I'm going to try to do this more frequently. So if you like it, please let us know. And if you have any suggestions for things you want to see, let us know that too. So I started doing some research into, just anything to celebrate the Chinese New Year. So I started looking at flowers that were very symbolic or were used, I don't know why I have a nail here, during the Chinese New Year. So the one that stood out to me, and I think it's the one everybody recognizes, is, yes, and I won't try to say that, Nicole. So thank you for putting that there. I was gonna try to look up how to say it properly, but I did not want to butcher it. So Nicole posted how you actually say Happy New Year. in Chinese. So please go look at that. So I decided to use peach blossoms. They symbolize romance, prosperity, and growth. And they are typically what you will see around the Chinese New Year. They're that beautiful, delicate pink flower. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I will quickly show you everything that I've gotten prepped here, and then we will work through it. I might not completely finish the project with you live. My main goal is to kind of just work on a single technique or two and answer any questions you guys have. And then I will share the finished card and project both on the Jaded Blossom blog and on my personal blog within the next day or two, depending on, you know, life in general these days. So first I want to show you, I went ahead and pre-colored and fussy cut out. See, I fussy cut out. Look, I'm showing you a sneak peek. Fussy cutting out with my tiny little scissors this beautiful warrior princess. She comes, I believe, in a set with zodiac animals. So I wanted to use her, and we will be using one of the sentiments from this stamp set as well. I went ahead and cut my sentiments banner. I was thinking of using "Today we honor an important birthday." I didn't see anything that was Chinese New Year, but I figured birthday is great because then, I mean, gosh, we can't have enough birthday things in our stash. So that's where she is from. I have the stamp set pulled over off to the side so that we can stamp that sentiment here momentarily. So let me put this down. The sentiment banner is from the Mini Tag Dies 3. I use this die set a ton. It's one of my favorites. You also see up here in the corner, I went ahead and die cut out the treat tag die using gold foil paper, and I chose to use the, whoa boy, the floral looking hole reinforcer instead of just the circular one. Let me make sure I close that. Okay, to create the flower cuts, I used the tropical flower dies. I used just, yeah, you see all my extra ones. I only used this one shape, and I die cut enough of this little floral center, and I'll show you an idea I had for how to make this work for the tinier sized flowers as well, because I won't be layering them. I didn't want to do that. Most of the pictures I saw of the peach blossoms in particular, it didn't look like they had a ton of petals, like versus like daisies or roses, for example. Okay, for the diamond dies, that makes sense. And we've got so many different shapes there. So I went ahead and used a smaller one to cut out the center from the treat tag die over here for a fun peekaboo of the gold. I wanted these to kind of match, but not be the same exactly. To create the matte stitch rectangle, I used rectangle dies too. I used the largest cut from that. And then I have pulled out the mesh stencil. This was actually released with our Halloween release last fall. I thought to use this with maybe a soft blue again, because I'm going to be just using the pinks and blues, and ink blending over this man panel here, and then probably on the white space on the front of that treat tag. Okay, so got all that out of the way. So now we can get down to this. So this was kind of the layout idea I had. Yes, we do always need birthday cards. Yes, we do. So this is the layout idea I had. I kind of played with it a little bit. I definitely wanted that gold foil. Anytime I think, especially with Chinese New Year, there's usually a lot of deep reds, but I wanted to keep softer tones to match more with that peach blossom. So that's why I colored her in these soft pink and the blue, and decided to still pull in that really beautiful mirrored gold, because it just looks so regal and royal and beautiful, beautiful. So that's why you see that here. So I did not create a trial run. I figured that would be the whole fun of the process, right? You get to see how I craft, and you know, we all kind of do things the same way as far as trial and error. So let's work through that here. I also did want to announce, or first of all, say thank you to everybody who participated in our very first swap, our card swap in the garden. We had about 14 people sign up to participate. So thank you to all of those who did that. Very excited. Please don't forget to go mark that you sent it on Elfster. And then when you receive it, please try to remember to go mark it received. That way I don't have to, go hunt you people down to try to make sure everybody got what they were supposed to get. And if this goes over as a success, we will be doing another swap in the very near future using the Jaded Blossom spin, you know, because the JB spin is just so much cooler, of a very popular die set a die that's out there. And we will be sneak peeking that for all of you lovely people on Monday. So make sure you tune in Monday to see what that amazing die is, and you'll go, aha, Marcia said something about this, and we'll do a swap on that coming up. So stay tuned, buy all that stuff. You know, the Gotta Have It Now bundle, you probably should just go ahead and plan on buying that because it's going to be amazing. And then we can all swap and have fun crafty time with each other. Also, we will be doing a fun giveaway on the live tonight. I have randomly selected a number between 1 and 50. I've already told the Jaded Blossom bosses, Michelle and Candace, they already know my number, so we can't, you know, I'm not going to change this in any way, shape, or form. So those of you guys that are actively watching, please comment just one time a number somewhere between 1 and 50, and the person that comes the closest, or of course nails it on the head, will get a free stamp set. And the free stamp set you will be getting is the Deep Breath set. This set released last month, and I love it. I love these tag stamps. So anyways, so make sure you comment. I'll mention it again at the end of the video in case somebody didn't hear this part. There we go, Nicole. All right, so let's get started on these flowers. So the peach blossoms are a beautiful, delicate pink. They seem to, my computer froze here. Oh no. So I'll keep trying. I don't know what happened here. Hopefully I'm still live here. So we're gonna work on building these flowers up. So I pulled 3 different Distress Oxide inks. I have a spun sugar, worn lipstick, and then picked raspberry. So I figured we would start maybe with some worn lipstick, blend out. I might not use all 3, but I wanted to have them here so it wouldn't go, holy crap, I forgot to grab a different pink. And then for the centers, I figured we would use that picked raspberry and just kind of dab it on there. So let's see what we can do. And I'll go ahead and pull these 3 little tiny ones too for the tag. And as you see, I so happily, it slid when I went to cut it, so it's not quite in the center. Forgive me. You know, it's handmade, right? Handmade isn't perfect. So, but our flowers will probably cover that up, or we can make it covered up, so you won't even know that happened. So I think I really like the color, this worn lipstick. This is one of my favorite pinks. It's not too poppy pink, it's just, I just love it. So we'll start with, let me see, I won't mix these up, because some of these I cut weird on purpose. So we'll just start inking from the center out. So that's why I said bring some flower die cuts that you have and some pink ink, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm just dabbing. I know the rule is, you know, you're supposed to pounce off some to get some of that excess ink off. If you just go in with a light enough hand, I think you'll be fine. But I really just want to touch the center of that flower. Yes, I know it's going to be hard to avoid getting so much on the edge of the petals there, but that's okay. I really just want it to kind of, the pink to radiate from the center. That works for me. If you have a smaller brush, that would probably work better in some of these. I know some companies make a smaller cosmetic. I do have some of those, but I think this is just fun for me. Some things I'm a perfectionist about, some things I'm not. I don't care if my fingers get messy while I craft. I think that's part of the fun of it. And you see, this is all I'm doing. Again, you could choose to ink it however you would prefer. These would be really pretty with any color, actually, kind of pulling from the center. But I just like how delicate it looks by leaving the white there around the tip of the petal, if you will. So we've got our 3 large flowers done. Now you could always opt, if you didn't want to ink blend, didn't have ink to blend with. I can't see any comments, guys, by the way. I'm very sorry. You could always just die cut these from your color of choice. So in this case, for the peach blossom, you would die cut it from a softer pink color. Is it just me? I always thought these were like cherry blossoms or something. But I know the cherry blossoms are a thing in Japan. That's just different. They look kind of similar to me, and oh my gosh, forgive me if I'm way off the mark there. But they're beautiful flowers. So I saved the gold brown centers. You see them here in the upper right in case I wanted to use those as a flower center for these smaller ones. I'm not sure we will do that, especially because I'm going to be using 3 flowers and I only have 2 gold dots. All right, so there we go. These, of course, are a lot more pink. My brush is fatter. I can't, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm gonna put the worn lipstick away. Again, we use that to kind of dust out from the center along the petals there. So I'm gonna push this off. I'm not gonna clean this off just yet because I wanna get the floral centers here, this brighter pink. So I'm gonna just pull out this blender brush again, and I am not gonna dab off. I really want pops of color, so you see what I'm doing, right? I'm just kind of dabbing it on there. I actually will intentionally do this motion while I'm inking some things if I want more of a textured look to my inking. You see how cool that looks? But for consistency's sake, I'll do them all the same this time. But you can get really cool texture by just kind of playing with whatever medium you're using to blend your ink out. So again, picked raspberry for the centers. Let's lay that on top. Okay, that works for me. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it to these other ones. But again, they are ginormous centers for these tiny little things. My thought was to, let me find my tiny scissors, chop off these longer bits like this to make them smaller. I have not tested it, so let's see how this works. Well, I end up with little dotty V's all over the counter. Yay! It's like party confetti. Bonk. So where's my tiny flower? See, that would work. Actually, that's really cute. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop off all my dotty V's and pray that this video will start working again. I don't know what the heck the problem is over here because I feel really bad. Unless nobody's saying anything, which is fine too. I just don't want to miss something if somebody has a question. I know our cell phone service dropped yesterday afternoon. I was on a conference call for work, which was not using my cell phone, thankfully. And so when the call was over and my workday was over and I discovered I had no cell phone service, I won't even say that I wasn't super disappointed because, man, I felt like I was on the phone all day yesterday. Oh, look, I've got all these little tiny V's everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna dab ink up with picked raspberry, these modified floral centers. See, we'll make these a little more textured just because. I'm just gonna pick a thing from here. So this is a fun way to modify what we've got in the die set to work for these smaller flowers if you didn't want to create a lot of layers for your petals, which is fun to do, but sometimes it's just, it doesn't do the right thing for you. Oh, poop. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on over here. Okay, so let me move these off. In fact, you know what? Yeah, let me move these off first. Spritz this off a bit. Like my hand there is gonna make all the difference. Clean that pink off because I do not want to create purple. I do want to have blue and pink separate. Purple would still be pretty. Let's go ahead and glue the centers on our flowers. I'll try to catch up with comments after the video. I don't know what's going on over here. My computer has lost the video, and I'm just getting, you know, the kind of the wheel of death thing. Now, one thing you can always do, which I think is a lot of fun to do, is kind of curl your petals a bit to give them a little bit more dimension and movement. I try to do that on any of the flowers I make using these amazing flower dyes. Man, if you don't have these floral dyes yet from JB, and I know I'm a little partial, of course, but seriously, they include, between the tropical and the regular flower dyes, you've just got about every flower shape you can imagine. Aside from the poinsettia, you would have to, of course, get that dye set. Not that you would be sorry if you did. But see how a little bit of curling, and you saw what I did there. I just roll it with my finger there. And when you lay it down and we glue it, you'll see it just kind of creates enough dimension. You'll see a little bit of shadow there behind the petals, and I think it looks really nice. See, and those flowers just look so pretty and delicate. Get in the middle. Oh, brother. I noticed on the card I shared for the flower challenge, one of my centers had shifted when I was messing with the petals. I noticed it, of course, after I'd already taken my pictures and watermarked them and everything. I said, well, that's how that's going to stay, I guess. So if you want to avoid that, let the glue dry first and then manipulate your petals. Or you could be hard-headed like me and just kind of work through it. Okay, so let's now put our tiny centers on. Aren't these cute? Uh-oh. I think they just turned out so cute. I'm not going to mess with those too much just yet. Oh no. Looks like my internet just dropped. So I hope we're still streaming here, guys. I apologize. I can't see if anybody's saying anything. Sorry. This doesn't usually happen. Poop. Okay, so we have the floral centers in. So if you see what those look like there. So I'm going to put all our flowers just up here for right now. But aren't those so pretty? I really like them. Cap my glue. Now I'm just going to grab the stitched front panel as well as my, you know, wonky cut front panel for the tag, gift tag. Now I'm going to grab tumbled glass. I also brought hickory smoke in case we wanted to add a little bit more depth, but let me start with this lighter blue. Again, she was the inspiration. Well, and you know, obviously the peach blossoms, but. So let's see. Ooh, it'd be awesome if I could fit them both under here at the same time, but I probably can't. Oh, well. Now, yes, you could go all kinds of sideways, but that's going to bother me, so I am going to try to at least line up the lines a bit there. Throw my magnets. That's why I love this sucker here. Because I always hated using washi tape because it would inevitably rip something of mine, and that would just make me really mad. So my fingers aren't too pink. I'm not that worried. This is mostly, in fact, and that being said, you probably don't even have to blend here in the center unless you just want to practice blending. You're really only going to see it around where the diamond's going to sit in the center. Okay. So we're just going to kind of dust that out. I want to have it kind of, again, darker from the center coming out. If you need to set this on top to kind of get an idea of how your color is laying down, you can do that. Anybody else wonder how much they really wiggle when they do that and you can't see? Oh, brother. You know when you're ink blending, you go, woo, woo, woo. Everything starts to shake. I can't be the only one. Come on, you people. Okay, let's pull this out this way. And in the West Coast, it's dinner time. So for those of you over there, thank you so much for tuning in. This is about the only time that I can do these things. It's after everybody's asleep and it's not too late. Man, during the week, I don't know that I could manage. Perfect. Perfect. And I love that it, broken china in particular, or tumbled glass, excuse me. Tumbled glass. There's almost, I mean, there's a bit of a, more of a kind of a turquoisey kind of color in there. Does that make sense? It's not just blue. I think broken china is probably kind of like that too, maybe. I don't know. I just like this tone. Okay, whoops. So that panel's done, and you see we've just kind of faded out toward the outside. You can still see it up along there, but when we add this on top, isn't that just really pretty? I left this here because I considered layering that there too, but I don't think we're gonna need this section broken up anymore. So we'll toss this off up there. Okay, so now let's ink up the front of the gift tag. I want to try to make sure I get blue peeking out on all the edges there. That's what you see me doing. I don't want this solid stencil edge up along the edge of the tag, so it looks like it didn't ink up well. Does that make sense? If you've ever done that before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Go, yeah. So again, I'm gonna work out from this diamond as if I die cut it completely in the center of this tag. Oh. There we go. Pulling the ink out there. You could also very easily turn this into a shaker tag, especially with cutting a center like this. You could use any of our shapes, square, circle, ovals, as long as you use the smaller ones. And then you could either do a tool shaker, which was one of my favorites because it's really, tool is so easy to work with and it's very low bulk. Or you could just throw some acetate there with all your bajillion layers of foam adhesive. Okay, so again, tumbled glass using the mesh stencil. We did that again on the tag and on the stitched panel for the card. Shock. I don't know where that pink came from. Man. Well, that's okay. I'm gonna toss this over here so I can rinse it off when we're done. So let's go ahead and layer this bad boy up. I do want to stamp a sentiment on here before I glue it all together. So to give you an idea of what my idea was, and since I can't read any of your comments, I'm so sorry. I sure hope this is still recording again. I will check back in after it's over. My greatest apologies that my technology has failed me. Okay, so we've kind of got our cluster on this side. See, it completely masks the fact this wasn't in the center. Woohoo! Now, you could do her and throw her on here. That would be beautiful. You'd probably not have a lot of space for a sentiment unless you wanted one kind of hanging off the side, or you could do just something very, very simple. Hi, hello, I don't know. Or just throw it on the back. Create a double layer tag and then just, you know, have a plain white one and this swings up and it's like a card tag, right? You could do that very easily. Let me wipe this off. I actually love to layer my tags like that, so you can flip it up just like you see on commercial and gift bags. You always see the tag that's folded. You can open it. Looks pretty on the outside, and you can write your sentiment on the inside. I like to do the same thing for these tags as well. If I didn't have this hole, I actually will only glue the top third of my tag so that you can pull it up and write something. So that's one of my fun tricks to do as well. Okay, so we're gonna kind of just arrange this on the side. We've got this beautiful gold peeking through, and with the Warrior Princess stamp set, I wasn't sure which one to use of this one. Fight Like a Girl would be so pretty and feminine. This would actually be gorgeous for if you had a friend that was going through breast cancer, you wanted to send her a gift because you got the pink. For that, Treats Fit for a Warrior. Actually, all of this would be perfect for somebody fighting cancer or some kind of sickness. Let's see. So any of these sentiments could potentially work. Excuse me. Where's my water bottle? I need a sip of water. There it is. And yes, it's really water. let's see, because I like to pretend to play drinking games on my lives too. I've not done that with you guys yet. Sorry to throw that at you, Miss Candace. Maybe we'll do that next time. So she would be pretty on there. I'm really liking her on there too. So let's see. I also pulled Sparkle and Shine. This has some really beautiful sentiments on it. And there was a shorty one that I thought would work really well. Shine On or You're a Gem, I thought would be really pretty. You're a Priceless Friend would be gorgeous, but I don't know if it's gonna fit. And I did not want to add another banner. I've got enough going on here with the flowers. I just wanted to stamp directly onto that tag. So, and of course, I wish I could see what your recommendations are. But since I can't, let's see, I treasure our friendship. Actually, I'm gonna use that one. So I apologize. I would normally say, hey guys, chime in, let me know what you think, but I can't do that, sadly. So let's pull this bad boy out. Please jump over to the garden page. I shared a video of my youngest stamping. She pulled a ton of Jaded Blossom Christmas stamp sets. Because, I mean, you know, what kid doesn't love Christmas? So she wanted to color all the Christmas ones. I'm just making sure I have this, you know, not upside down. And when she stamps, I had my big giant Misty out because my oldest one, my daughters are 7 and 5. My oldest one found a piece of 12 by 12 white paper, and she's like, holy crap, I just found the biggest piece of paper I've ever seen in my life. I said, yeah. So they wanted to stamp on the whole thing. Granted, she wanted to fussy cut everything out afterwards, but of course they had to stamp on the entire piece of paper. So you can hop over to the garden and see where my youngest one, 5, is punching the bejesus out of the lid of the Misty so that she can apply adequate pressure to stamp to get a nice clean impression of her stamped images. It cracks me up. So anyways, if you want to see something funny and cute, go over there and watch her whack the heck out of the lid of my Misty. It's like vacuum sealed holding this thing together. Good grief. As I ink my finger. Holy moly. There is a law of science, right? What will go wrong? If something could go wrong, it will go wrong. I treasure our friendship. Oh, that's so sweet. It is sweet. I know I'm being a bit drippy sarcastic, but I think it is sweet. Blackened my thumb. And you'll have to remind me to take my phone stand down for the videos, because if I leave it up, my girls will see it and then decide you guys want to watch them do a video. So that's what happened the last time I was on. Good grief, I am just jacking everything up today. It's because I dipped my finger in the ink. See, now I got a smudgy up here. Let me see if I can find an eraser really quick. Let's see if it's not taken. This is all I can find, granted, right? It's probably not even gonna touch it. I faded just enough. That's okay, guys. Don't do what Marcia did and dip your finger in the side of your ink pad because you can't open it. Okay. So let's glue our whole reinforcer on. I guess it doesn't matter what order you go in for this. I will say that this is pretty slippery. Oh, bugger. Let's see, it does kind of cover that up a little bit. I think that's fine though. I'm not going to remove it because I do think it's pretty on there. This gold foil, sometimes it takes a little longer for the glue to dry on it, so keep that in mind if you're using some slippery surface. And glue smudgies on this stuff is not as forgiving either. Isn't that pretty with that little gold peeking out? Again, making this a shaker would put it way over the top. So go do that and share with us on the garden page the amazing shaker tag thing you made with little flowers. Oh man, I hope I don't get black all over everything now. Okay, last one here. Again, I just wanted to share a couple examples with you. We won't take too much longer on the other card. Mostly it was just the idea of using these flowers in a way that worked for you. In this case, making it the flower I wanted to, and then modifying the center so that it would fit the smaller flower. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna glue just the centers down, because again, that will allow these petals to kind of pop up just a bit. You know, it doesn't look like much, but in real life, there actually is a little bit more movement there, which is kind of fun. Okay, so let's pop this one on. Again, hiding the fact that it jumped and it wasn't quite in the center. And then for this one, I am gonna pop this one up a little bit with foam tape. Let's see if I can get this little piece that'll fit on there. Nice, that'll work. Okay, I hope more of you guys have tuned in or at least popped in your numbers. Again, I'm gonna say it again. To those of you guys that are watching live right now, thank you. And if you pick a number between 1 and 50, the number that comes closest to the number that I've picked prior to this live even happening will win a free stamp set, yay, from last month's release. Okay, so that's gonna be our little tag. You could use it in conjunction with this one to hang onto your little bag, your gift bag, so they have a card and a goodie treat. But anyways, so that's our tag. Again, I didn't realize that, that's my bad. So pay attention to that moving forward. But I still don't think that looks really bad at all. Okay, so now we're just gonna jump over here. Let's get, because I believe I have to stamp the sentiment off to one side to make sure everything fits right. We're just gonna kind of lay everything out here. See, we're gonna hide that sucker right there. Get an idea of where our placement's gonna be. So she's gonna be right here. And then this final flower will be, probably have to balance the card out, huh? Like up here maybe. Does that look good? I think that's pretty. So we'll do something like that, okay? Again, we're completely able to mask my pink splooge of ink right there. So our sentiment in this case, oh, not the Sparkle and Shine set, but the Warrior Princess set where she came from. We're going to make sure that we stamp, today we honor an important birthday, closer to this side, okay? Because this side's gonna be a little bit more tucked under. We don't wanna run the risk of not being able to read all of that. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do now quickly, and then we'll just kind of quickly assemble things. I might, this is where the crafty mind just starts to go crazy, right? I may lightly dust some ink, pink ink. Oh my, Dr. Seussing it. Pink ink, so that it looks like it's peeking from behind this blue panel, like this panel here. I think it would almost make it looks like it's glowing from behind. So I might do that too to kind of, so because to me this white's just too white. Or you could use a pink card base. But since I don't have a pink card base right here beside me, I'll do that. And that'll just show you another way that you can use some of the things that you already have. And that way it will all coordinate as well, because the ink you used on your peach blossoms will match the ink you used on your card base. I don't think I've stamped the sentiment yet, so I have to dead skin scrub it up for you guys. Yes, that is an official crafting terminology. You should look it up. So some black ink on this, and not all over my fingers again. Beautiful. That's why I love this VersaFine Clear ink. It's my favorite for this kind of thing. this off to the side. And guys, I'm so excited for you to see the new release. It's so good. I think you're really gonna enjoy it. Okay, so sentiment, basic arrangement idea. I'm gonna try to do some pinking. Where's my brush? I'm not gonna add any more ink. Oftentimes when I ink things just a little bit, I use whatever is residual there. So sometimes it's just a guess what might be there. So we know the edge of our panel is somewhere around here. So all I'm gonna do is some of this. I do not want to make the entire base pink. You could definitely do that. That's just not what I'm going for today. And see, that little bit that was left on the brush is just enough. I didn't have to worry about ending up with some weirdo blob of ink. Okay, oh, see, that adds just enough, I think. Let me add just a little bit more down here and then we'll throw this baby together. Okay, I'm sorry this is going a little longer than I normally try to go. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate it. I try to keep things to 30, 40 minutes at the most. Because who just wants to stare at the screen for this long and listen to me jabber, jabber, jabber? Nobody. All right. I'm not going to pop that up because I'm going to have lots more dimension there. So let's go ahead and just glue this down. I'll go ahead and assemble this quickly for you so you can see the finished product. And then I'll take, you know, the fancy pants pictures and get it uploaded with all the supplies I used to make these. I'll pop this over here in the meantime. You'll laugh, this glue tube is pretty old. I just keep refilling it with other glue. It's just kind of handy to have. Okay. Oh, look, we can even kind of line it up with the mesh stenciling in the back. I mean, I could be super fancy and use this station the way it's intended, right? But who wants to do that? Who wants to do that? There are grid lines on it. I have a love-hate with foil, this foil cardstock. I love it. I love how pretty it looks, but man, you can accidentally ding it up so easily. So I'm trying to be very careful and use the chunky sides of my hand. Okay, so now we know this is gonna go somewhere here. Cover up my boo-boo. Boink. This will go here. Something like this. And then these will go up here, okay? So let's go ahead and throw down this part. You see, this is very scientific, very scientific. Science is my jam. So. Okay, again, we're gonna just go for the center here for gluing it down, making sure I cover that up. Nobody will ever know unless they watch the live. Okay, so we are going to add her with foam adhesive there. Let me pop these other ones down. And again, if you guys are making any flower projects using any of our JD products, please jump over to the blog. The blog is just jadedblossom.com. The stamps.com part is the shop. Please jump over to, ooh, goodness. Please jump over to the blog and enter our floral challenge. They're so much fun. We love to see what you guys make. You can win more stuff. Who doesn't want to win stuff? See, we're using. If it doesn't stamp right the first time, flip the paper over. I'm trying to get an idea of where I want to put this bad boy. I want to make sure nothing on there is not something you should see. Okay. I think that was from Halloween. Oh boy, is that going to fit? Maybe it'll fit down to there. Okay. I know. The climax is killing you, right? As I try to pull this silly red stuff off. Ah! Okay, let's throw this puppy on. I'm going to try to get above it as much as I can. I don't want her standing super sideways. Ah! Well, you know, I guess that's where she wants to live. So there you have it, guys. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. I am so sorry I can't read the comments. I will get on and try to respond to everybody if you have questions. We created this beautiful tag and card. Happy Chinese New Year. Please remember to comment a number between 1 and 50. You can only do it one time. And right after the live, I'll see who was closest to that number. And you guys win a stamp set, a whole free stamp set just for joining me tonight. So anyways, you guys take care. We can't wait to share the release with you. Remember, you guys start to see awesome sneaks Sunday night. And then we'll have all the design team reveals starting Monday. And it's so exciting. Anyways, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Happy Valentine's Day on Sunday. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.